Well, Chris Popper here in Bangor. I'm joined by Coach Scott Atherly up in Orono from the University of Maine soccer program. And Coach, congratulations. A nice 1-0 victory over Rhode Island on a hot sunny day last Sunday down in Kingston.
Yeah, never an easy place to play. And they were certainly feeling really good. They had beaten Brown on Friday night, and Brown was the consensus number one pick in New England this year, coming off phenomenal year in the Ivy League. And we anticipated a competitive game, and it was.
They really kind of stacked the box in you, and I will tell you that it was I was watching the game on ESPN Plus, and obvious you could tell they were Rhode Island announcers because they were really critical of the fact that you only scored one goal. And, I think their keeper was good. But they were just saying, you should have put the ball back in the net more than one time.
Yeah, well, they're not wrong. One of the things that we get multiple data points after games, and there's one that's we really look at very critically, and that's our expected goals, and it's metrics based on the opportunities you get in proximity to the goal and the likelihood of scoring those goals, and our expected goals in that game was over two. And at the end of the day, similar to the Syracuse game, we created a lot of quality chances, but didn't really capitalize on them. And that's just hey, we're 3 games in, and I'm more concerned that we're creating them, and eventually I know that the finishing will come.
Yeah, and you've got to be so proud of your defense again, not allowing a shot on goal. I mean, the keeper is probably like she's starting knitting or something there. I mean,
Well, I think certainly it helps because it takes a lot of pressure off. And I think Jess has been great in the moments where she's had to handle herself with her distribution and her decision making. She's been super, and she's given us everything we've needed from the position. And you know, part of our job is to make sure that they don't get to our goal. Our opponent doesn't get to our goal. And I thought we defended set pieces very well. But at the end of the day, if we score 2 or 3 goals, it makes the stress a lot less on everyone.
oh, no doubt. And you've got another player named Defender of the Week by the America East.
Yeah, attacker of the week. So Jordan
I'm sorry.
Panett was I think the offensive player of the week is
Yeah.
what they call it. And Jordy has really been coming on strong for us this season, and is taking her game to another level. And the goal, just the whole thing, the build up out of the back, her breakthrough, and certainly her finish was spectacular. One of the best goals that we've scored in a long time.
How nice is it to finally open the season at home on Thursday night?
Well, it's great, and for a couple of reasons. One, we've played 2 of our first 3 games on grass, and we're not a grass team. We're a turf team, and that impacts, and that has some impact on just what we're seeing in the final third with the timing of our, the quality of our deliveries, and just maybe getting the ball out from under our feet on the dribble, etc. So one, it'll be nice not to have to travel and get in a bus, and two, just being on a familiar surface where we know the bounces, we know kind of how the field plays, and that's an important thing, especially when you are a turf team.
Does it impact conditioning playing on grass as opposed to turf? Or, I mean, is it harder to play having never played on turf?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it's probably easier to play on turf.
Well, it's different. In going to your question about the conditioning piece, it's harder on your legs to go to grass because your cleats stick into the ground, so
Yeah.
it has that impact. And the second thing is that our surface at Mahaney is very hard. There's not a lot of underground to it and a lot of rubber to it, so it plays almost like the traditional turf. That it's hard. The ball bounces a lot. It rolls fast. So when you combine those two things, there's a distinct difference.
Oh, yeah, especially when the bouncing and playing it causes more play up in the air.
No question.
So you've got the game Thursday, 6 o'clock against Merrimack. What do you know about Merrimack this year?
they're a super competitive team. I saw their first game. They beat UMass Lowell at UMass Lowell, and that's a team we played against in the championship game in the Americas Conference. They're similar to how they've always been. I think teams are very typical. They're very aggressive on the counter. They're good physically. They challenge every first ball and they fight for every second ball. So we anticipate being under a lot of pressure and have to be really good and ready in transition.
The weather looks to be fantastic. So, I mean, Thursday, sunny, highs around 70. I mean, it's going to be ideal to play a game of soccer.
Yeah, we love being home, and we really like playing at night because it's a great atmosphere. We typically draw better crowds at night. I think we're doing a promotion for high school and club teams. So it would be really good to be that atmosphere that will be highly motivating for the players.
Well, no, it would be fantastic to just have that place full of and the sidelines just packed with Black Bear fans.
For sure.
And then you go Sunday down to Rutgers. So no, then you're kind of back onto that Sunday once a week game. You're gonna bus down to New Jersey.
No, we're actually going to fly.
Oh, nice.
So the remarkable thing about our schedule this year is this is the last of our multiple game weeks.
Yeah.
So the rest of the way we're going to play single game weeks, and that is so important in our game because the impact of one game, the recovery that's needed to really get back and ready, you really do need several days. So we don't face a multiple week game really until the last week of the season. It's not really traditional in a sense because we play Sunday and then we play Thursday to end the season at New Hampshire. So it's really not even we don't really consider it a 2-game week in the traditional sense.
When do you fly? Are you go down
So
Friday or
we'll fly Saturday. It's a quick flight. We have a direct flight from Bangor to Newark, and we're going to train at Rutgers. They are a grass team, so we'll be back on grass again. I'm not sure that I knew that thinking about that when I set up the schedule, but we've had a lot of grass games, and so we'll be able to chance to train there on Saturday. Then it's a 1:00 kickoff on Sunday, and we fly right back. So it's,
that's
from a travel standpoint, it's about as good as it gets.
yeah, really, just one night away and to be able to get down there and then back. And do you give everybody off? Well, probably off Monday then for Labor Day, or is it a film day
Yeah.
or what?
No, so the NCAA mandates that you have to have one day off per week, and ours is always Monday for several reasons. We typically play Sunday and Thursday and Sunday. Monday makes the most sense. The other thing from an academic standpoint, it allows our players to set up their labs and really do what they need to do off of the field and really have a day that they can count on consistently. So Monday's our day.
Excellent. All right, Coach. Well, I will be up there on Thursday night. I look forward to
Great.
waving hello, and we wish you the best of luck. And thanks again for taking time out of your week. I know that you're wicked busy, especially with everything going on down there. Now, I do have one question. I mean,
Yeah.
even though you're in the midst of your season, you're probably recruiting, or tell us. I mean, recruiting probably never stops, does it?
No, it doesn't. In fact, I got home last night and spoke to a couple different recruits last night. We've got a few visiting this week in multiple classes, 2025, 2026. So it really is a never ending, it's a perpetual thing. But we love it, because we really get to find out our future team members and you really have to forge and develop relationships. So we're in the heart of that right now for 25 and 26 especially.
And they probably want to be able to come up and I mean, especially on a weekend like this, and see the facilities and then listen to you talk about, hey, this is a facility now. Wait till you see it when it gets renovated.
Yeah, for sure. We really try to capitalize on this time of year because prospects can see us in action. They can integrate. They get a real good sense of what it would feel like during the season to be here. There's a football game going on Friday, so that's cool. Students are moving in, so really, it's probably the most ideal time to bring recruits to campus.
So yeah, it's not just play the game, do the practices. It's multiple hats that you wear.
It sure is, but we love what we do. Couldn't ask for a better way to make a living for sure.
All right, all right, Coach. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Appreciate the exposure.